What's going on, y'all? It's Lodge Locks, and today we got another Prize Picks video for you guys. In today's video, I'm going to give you guys 3 NFL player props I love in the board for this Sunday, September 22nd NFL Week 3 slate that we got. It is a pretty good slate, so we're going to give you guys a couple players. Now, I know I typically give you guys correlation plays, the quarterback and number one target duo, but a lot of them have just been getting bumped up crazy recently, and I just feel like there's not really as much value. So we're just going to give you guys 3 basic plays, like 3 singular plays without correlation in today's video. Kind of different, but I still love all 3 of these ones, and I believe all 3 of these ones have a great chance of hitting. So before we get into those, make sure to drop a like and subscribe with those post notifications turned on. Just mean the world to me. Been grinding for you guys, trying to give you guys the best content, the best value, and the best breakdowns I could find on this Prize Picks board, and give you guys picks like this one. This was from yesterday's college football video. We gave you guys a total of 6 different players. Obviously, 3 different correlations. These were 4 of the 6 players. Well, actually, we gave you guys 8. But the other 2 were the Colorado duo, which I didn't really recommend to you guys because it was like when I placed them earlier in the week, and they've been like fluctuating up and down a lot. So I kind of like mentioned them, but didn't really advise you guys to use those ones. So realistically, we only give you guys 6 players, and we went 5 out of 6. Gave you guys 2 different correlation or 2 different 4-mans actually. And this one smacked for us, so hopefully you guys tell this one. This was the first one I recommended. This was my favorite one of the day, so hopefully you guys tell this one. We gave you guys Jackson Dart, Cam Ward, and then their number 1 targets, Trey Harris and Xavier, all over their passing and receiving ones. And as you guys can see, these all smacked out 4 out of 4 green. So hopefully you guys cash this one and tell that one. Let me know if you guys did that in comments below. But with that being said, we're going to hop right into the players that we got for today for this Sunday Week 3 NFL slate that we got. With our first player, this is probably one of my favorite ones on the day, is Travis Kelce. Now, I know he's been having a rough start, but I feel like this is a perfect game for him to bounce back. Obviously, his first 2 games, if we look at right here, 34-5, only 4 targets and 3 targets in both these games, which is not good at all. But this is a bounce back game. They're going against Atlanta Falcons, which have been doing all right so far this season. They're pretty good, and I feel like they're going to be able to keep up with this Chiefs team, just allowing them to have more opportunities to throw the ball and whatnot. So I love Travis Kelce over this line. Now, this one is fluctuating up and down. People are probably asking me why you can do it if he's only had these type of targets and these type of numbers. Well, if we look at Atlanta defensively against receiving yards, obviously they're ranked 7th overall against receiving yards. But against the tight end position specifically, which Travis Kelce plays, as you guys can see, they're ranked 23rd in receiving yards allowed to opposing tight ends. So against that bigger position, which Travis Kelce is, this type of player he is, they struggle against these guys. And as you guys can see, they give around 49 passing yards a game, which is exactly what his line is. And I feel like this is just a perfect game for Travis Kelce to go crazy. Now, this line has been getting bumped up. As you guys can see, it started at 47.5. Now it's all the way at 49.5. So obviously Prize Picks knows, even though he's been struggling recently, this is a perfect game, perfect matchup. Prize Picks, it's not all about fluctuation of the graphs and whatnot, like whether they're on a hot streak or whatnot. It's a matchup type of thing. So this is a perfect matchup for him to go over, bounce back type of game. And if we look at him last season, there really wasn't any games that he went back to back or more than 3 times under, except for this one obviously, but these were tougher matchups right here defensively wise. But it's just really rare that we're going to see Travis Kelce go under his receiving yards line in 3 straight games. As you guys can see last season, whenever he had struggles, he just came back and did his thing. As you guys can see, 71, 91, 69. So again, this is a perfect matchup for him to just come back and do his thing, and I feel like he should really receive those targets. The target share really hasn't been in his favor. But another insight in our favor is Isaiah Pacheco. Obviously, you guys know he is out. And that means Travis Kelce is going to be that wide receiver 2 position, getting the more target share. So far, he's at a 14% target share. With Isaiah Pacheco out, that had a 16% target share. This should be over 20 at least. So again, Travis Kelce is going to get a lot more looks. This line's pretty low again because of his recency. Hasn't been nothing crazy. And again, he's going against a team that's very vulnerable against his position that he plays. And then another insight on top of that, just to add the cherry on top. Travis Kelce has exceeded 49.5 receiving yards in 7 of his last 8 games on the road. So again, in 8 games on the road, he is averaging 72 receiving yards a game. So again, 88% of these, 88% of the time on these games on the road, he has been covering in the recent matchups that he's had. As you guys can see, he's just been balling, doing his thing, and the only time was against this New England team, which was pretty solid last year, especially against the tight end position. But this is another game. Again, all the just statistics and whatnot add up to Travis Kelce bouncing back, being this first game of this season, or of this season alone, that he kind of does his thing and just gets back in the rhythm of things. So again, everything's in favor for him to go over on the road. Last 8 games, again, averaging 72. This Atlanta team's weak against the tight end position, and again, Isaiah Pacheco is now out, so he's going to have a larger target share. 3 main factors into why we should take the over for him, so this is my player of the day. And if you guys have been staying tuned with me for a while, especially for college basketball, NBA and whatnot, WNBA, we would give you guys a player of the day in every single video. We would do those daily uploads and give you guys a player of the day. I think on college basketball, the March Madness tournament, we gave you guys like a 14 video streak with our player of the day smacking every single time. So I know I haven't done those in a while because we've been doing correlation plays with college football and whatnot. But we're going to be bringing that back for the one time on this video. And in that case, the player of the day in today's video is Travis Kelce over his receiving yards line. Love this line for him. And again, from what I broke down to you guys, I feel like this one should be a great play. Again, obviously, his recency doesn't do him justice. But it should just everything I broke down should add up for a game where he could bounce back and just come back and do his thing. So, great play right there. Another play I like is Tank Dell. Now, kind of the same situation. I'm not sure why it's not showing his numbers. But his last 2 games, obviously, he hasn't done nothing crazy. Now, the target share hasn't been in favor for him. He's wide receiver 3 in this position. But this is going to be a high-scoring game against the Vikings. Now, the over and under on this game is like projected like 45 or something, I believe, and is only like a 3.5 spread, I believe. I forgot what it was, but this play has been getting bumped up a lot recently to 46.5. Now the spread is, or the line is, all the way at 52.5. So again, it got bumped up by, what is that, 6. So even PrizePicks knows that there's value for him to go over. Now this Minnesota team, I'm not sure why it's not showing this. Let me try and refresh. Minnesota, as you guys can see, they're ranked 28th in receiving yards allowed, giving out 252.5 receiving yards a game to opposing teams. Obviously, the wide receiver position, 165. So, again, there's a lot of opportunity for Tank Dell. Now, I know Nico Collins has been going crazy. So, Minnesota is probably going to be going into this game. They know so far this season, his last 2 games, he's been averaging over 80 receiving yards, again, I think, each game. So they're going to be keying on him. So that means Tank Dell and even Stephon Diggs are going to be left open. I feel like there's just going to be a lot more opportunities. I believe this should be a great matchup where C.J. Stroud airs at the ball. And again, Nico Collins, he's going to have a lot of coverage on him. And this should just be another good bounce-back game for Tank Dell to go crazy. Not really much else more to explain on this play other than, again, I feel like this one should be a bounce-back game. There's going to be a lot of yards flying through the air. The pressure is going to be on Nico Collins. They're going to be focusing on him with his recency. He's just been going crazy. So, again, Tank Dell, if we look at him last season, he's a tremendous receiver. As you guys can see, when Nico Collins was out, he was really carrying the load and whatnot. So, we know he could ball. It's just a matter of him really just going out there and getting those targets, which we haven't seen recently. But even last season, a little fact, he hasn't gone over 2 games going under this line. So, again, right now he's on 2 games. We didn't see a 3 game straight where he went under this line. So, again, a little more insight right there and just incentive for him to go over. So, Tank Dell over his line as well. We're going to be rocking with on today's video, 51.5 receiving yards. And then the last play that we're going to be rocking with for today's video is Devon Achane over his receiving yards. Now, obviously, you guys know Tua's hurt, and Devon Achane is probably one of their most talented players, obviously, besides Tyreek Hill. He's a young, up-and-coming running back. He was a rookie last season. He went crazy until he got injured. And then now we got him right here with only needing to cover 30 receiving yards. Now, they have Skylar Thompson in there. We don't know how good he is and whatnot, but we do know that this coach of the Miami Dolphins loves to run those little check down plays. Now, especially with their quarterback being out, we don't know how good this dude could throw and whatnot. Now, obviously, Seattle's pretty solid defensively against receiving yards. So, again, that's another reason why they should do a lot more checkdowns to Devon Achane. Obviously, even with the backup quarterback, and they're going against a tough team, which is pretty good defensively on letting up those receiving yards. Tyreek Hill and Jalen Waddle are probably going to have a rough time with the new quarterback, and just, again, it's a tough matchup for them overall. Now, Devon Achane, there's going to be a lot of opportunities for them to run those screen plays. I believe if you guys watched the first game or the second game, I don't know how many screen plays this Miami Dolphins team ran. They just did a little check down and then screen play for like Tyreek Hill or something, or Devon Achane for them to just catch the ball and run up. They had like 3 blockers or whatnot. So again, this is a great play right here. I believe in these type of situations, we see a lot of the time they do a lot of run plays or little check down plays for the running back. So again, Devon Achane, I feel like this is a pretty good line, only at 30 for him to cover. He's been getting targets too as well, a lot of them. As you guys can see, this Miami Dolphins pass and run rate is 58-42, and he is the number 2 target on it. I know they have a lot of good targets, Jalen Waddle, Tyreek Hill, but even with all them, Devon Achane has received only 4 less targets than Tyreek Hill, which is insane for him being a running back, especially if you look at his targets. He had 7 in both these games, and again, with this team just being solid defensively against the deep threat, there should be a lot of checkdowns for him just alone. And again, if he's already seeing 7, what are you guys going to expect to happen whenever, again, they have an injured quarterback, this new guy's coming in, and they just love to run these plays in general, even when Tua was still there. So again, it all equals value for success. This line just makes sense to me. I feel like this one's a no-brainer, not really much else to explain right here. But Devon Achane over his receiving yards that we're going to be rocking with for our last play in today's video. So 29.5 right here. These are my 3 plays I'm giving you guys on today's video for this, again, week 3 NFL slate, Sunday, September 22nd. Again, my player of the day, if you guys are going to take anything from my video, I would recommend Travis Kelce over his 48.5 receiving yards. Second player, Tank Dell over his 51.5 receiving yards, and then Devon Achane over his 29.5 receiving yards. So these are my 3 that I'm rocking with on today's video. Again, please drop a like and subscribe with this post notice turned on. It's means the world to me. If you guys are new to the channel and want to stay tuned with me, my channel, my content throughout the whole college football and NFL season, make sure those post notices are turned on down below to get notified right when those videos drop and just receive picks like I showed you guys at the beginning of the video. That nice correlation play. I know I typically upload correlation plays, but again, they just all been getting bumped up so much, so I'm just kind of trying to stay away from the bumps and whatnot and not just risk my money like that. So these are still 3 other great plays that I love, and I feel like these ones should have a great percentage of smacking out. So my favorite plays right here on the day. Again, that's all I got for today's video. Again, let me show you down comments below. Hope you guys enjoyed. Thanks for watching, and let's see you today.